Good morning, everyone. Superheroes are widely popular in our culture today. Everybody seems to be engaged in this type of focus on superheroes. What makes us as a nation want to buy the comic books? Why do we want to go and pay $10 to watch these fictional characters do amazing things in our world? Why do we drop so much money, and why do we care about what happens to the various superheroes that we hear about? There must be something that connects us to this story. There must be something that makes us want to enjoy these superheroes. There's something that we desire to see in them. Probably it's because we all feel pretty average in our world. We all feel like we go to work and work like an average worker. We stay home, we raise our kids, we feel like a pretty average parent. We kind of visualize that someday maybe we could be bit by a spider and have some superpower and be super quick and strong. We kind of hope someday to get gamma rays shining on us, and then we could have super strength. But there's something in these superheroes that moves us from average to amazing. And we like that story. That's why people will go watch the movies. That's why they'll wear a Thor shirt as they do the Manitou Incline so everybody could look at them. Because somehow they feel cooler when they wear these shirts. Why do we like superheroes? I think we all want to be super in some small way. Because these guys and girls are creating significance. They're doing amazing things. They're making an impact. And we feel average, but we want to feel significant in our lives. That's why we love superheroes. But a lot of times superheroes are somebody that just naturally have this strength and this talent, or something powerful happens to them. But I've always been kind of attached to Batman. Batman, of course, did grow up in a rich family, lose his parents, and he had incredible wealth. But he had to train himself. He had to develop himself. His superpowers had to be developed through time. It wasn't something that happened to him instantly. He wasn't born that way. But because of this, he became super because of how he dedicated himself and disciplined himself to become somebody of significance. When I think about Batman, I think about Gideon. Gideon is this guy that we all know about in the Bible, and he does amazing things, but he's a pretty average person. He has doubts, he has courage, he has valor, but he's a person that doesn't just rush in there. He's always constantly questioning the Lord, but he does make significance for the nation of Israel. Look at Judges chapter 6, verse 12 to 16. And the angel of the Lord appeared to him, and he said to him, "The Lord is with you, O mighty man of valor." And Gideon said to him, "Please, my Lord, if the Lord is with us, why then has all this happened to us? And where are all his wonderful deeds that our fathers recounted to us, saying, did not the Lord bring us up from Egypt? But now the Lord has forsaken us and given us into the hand of the Midian." And the Lord turned to him and said, "Go in this might of yours and save Israel from the hand of Midian. Did I not send you?" And he said to him, "Lord, please, how can I save Israel? Behold, my clan is the weakest in Manasseh, and I am the least in my father's house." And the Lord said to him, "But I will be with you, and you shall strike the Midianites as one man." Gideon made a difference, but he's kind of like a superhero in the Bible. But he's a superhero that had faults and failings. He's a superhero that had doubt. But why did he become somebody of significance? I believe there's three reasons. First of all, God looks at character. Look at Judges chapter 6, verse 12. And the angel of the Lord appeared to him and said to him, "The Lord is with you, O mighty man of valor." Now this is after he constantly is questioning God. He's doubting God. He's wondering if God is really with him, and God tries to show him, and then he's like, whoa, I need a little more of a sign. Okay, here's another sign. Well, that's not really good enough. I need a little more of a sign. Well, okay, but that's not good enough. He's constantly questioning God, and God is trying to say, I'm with you, Gideon. Will you just believe me? Even though this man has these doubts, notice what God calls him. A man of valor. A Christian of valor. That is what we're all striving to be. Somebody who is courageous. Now, courageous spirit is not somebody who rushes passionately into danger. It's not somebody who blindly follows a plan. It's somebody that they have looked at, but they are brave enough. And they are brave because they stand with God. A real superhero, first and foremost, becomes a person of valor, of somebody who is standing with God and loves God. Their character has been developed. Somebody who's willing to put their life on the line for the Lord. Sadly, though, I think in the church we have moved away from helping our people to have valor. We have moved to more of a passive Christianity. When was the last time you felt somewhat even scared in your Christian faith? When was the last time you got nervous in your Christian faith? You felt a little anxiety because you were doing something outside of your comfort zone. We're not really raising up people of valor. We're raising up people of passivity. This is why we have a culture that's focused on superheroes. We want a church that calls us to something a little dangerous, something that is a little uncertain, because we want to be involved in an adventure with God. We want to do something that leaves a lasting impact in this world. We want significance. I don't believe we're seeing stories like this, but I want to tell you about a story. This is a couple that I knew when I was in Florence, Alabama. Lindsay is the wife and Andy White is the husband. Andy White, when there was a hurricane that was going through Haiti, he was down there with his mission team. I want to walk you through this journey of this couple through the eyes of his wife on Facebook. I was watching her status updates, and it really inspired me to see how she was processing her husband in danger. Let me look at this. She writes in one of her first posts, "The eye of Hurricane Matthew," which I thought they should have found a better name for that, "is just now hitting where Andy is in Haiti. And I am awake during the night and praying to my sovereign Creator. One verse kept going through my mind. Rejoice in the Lord always. And again I say rejoice. So I will rejoice even in this. Please pray." She puts another post. "Just to let you all know," they are in the south, "we have not heard from Andy and the men since 6 this morning. This doesn't necessarily mean anything except that power and cell service is out. I have no idea when he will be able to contact us, but I will let you all know as soon as I hear from him. Thank you all for your prayers and concern." Another status update. "We have heard nothing yet from Andy, Harry, Chris, and Nikki, and Jeremy, Haiti. But I am overwhelmed with how good my God is, and so thankful that the peace that I am experiencing could only come from God. Thank you all for your prayers and concern. I am humbled, and I will let you all know if I hear anything soon." She continues to process this. "No word from Andy and the men yet, but I know that countless are working to hear from them. to those thinking and praying, I just know that this is an amazing opportunity. For months, Andy and I have been praying for God to use us, no matter what. They are in the best place, in the will of God. I am praying that God will be glorified in the Haitians and us see Jesus through these 4 men who choose not to run from adversity. I'm so thankful to be a follower of Jesus who gives us peace. I just crave for Haiti to know Him and His peace. I love you all. Just to let you all know, I have been hearing reports that Joe Hawley, remember Joe Hawley? From Florence, has talked to a Haitian who says that they have talked to our team and says they are safe. God is working. I will post as soon as I hear from my husband. She writes again, I just got this text from somebody in Haiti. Hey, Lindsay, I met Andy and Jeremy. Communications are down. His message is, we are all fine. Tell other families love Andy. Please note that I have had no further communication with him. My heart sings to the Creator. Finally, on 4 days later, on October the 7th, after 4 days, she finally hears her husband's voice. I don't think I quit smiling today. I just heard my husband's voice. He called me this morning. We need more stories like that. We need more stories of men and women going in places of danger and serving God and not running. We have turned Christianity way too safe. And God is calling us all to have valor and stand up for Him. The second way that we can be superheroes for God is realize doubt is part of valor. Look at Judges chapter 6, verse 13 to 15. And Gideon said to him, please, my Lord, if the Lord is with us, why then has all this happened to us? And where are all His wonderful deeds that our fathers recounted to us, saying, did not the Lord bring us up from Egypt? But now the Lord has forsaken us and given us into the hand of Midian. And the Lord turned to him and said, go in this might of yours and save Israel from the hand of Midian. Did I not send you? And he said to him, please, Lord, how can I save Israel? Behold, my clan is the weakest in Manasseh, and I am the least in my father's house. A lot of times we think that if you're a person of valor, you're going to be somebody that is just brave and confident and that's always willing to step up. But that's not the case. Gideon is a man full of doubt. He is a man that is questioning his role with God. He is sitting back thinking, I don't think I'm the right person. I'm weak. I'm the least in my father's family. Why are you choosing me? But God still calls him in this text mighty. Mighty. Mighty is not having doubt. Mighty is not somebody who never questions your role with God. Mighty is somebody who's willing to take the next step forward. You show up every single day. You go to work to provide for your family. You may hate it, but you step up and you do it. You're a stay-at-home mom trying to homeschool your kids and you're wondering, why me and how am I ever going to pull this off? But you wake up the next day to do it again. Being a person of mightiness is just somebody who has enough confidence that day to do the right thing that day. And it means moving forward and becoming a little better, a little more courageous, and doing the right things. That's how you become a superhero with God. And then finally, valor is actions. Look at Judges chapter 6, verse 16. And the Lord said to him, but I will be with you, and you shall strike the Midianites as one man. Valor is not gusto. It's stepping in the right direction. It means that you've just got enough confidence, just enough faith that you can do the right thing for God, that you're going to move forward with God because you believe that God is with you, that God is going to help you through that scenario. And so no matter what struggle, what challenge you are facing, you can rise up and be that superhero with God, because God doesn't need invincible people. He doesn't need genetically modified people. He just needs average humans that struggle, who don't, who are faithless, having enough courage and faith that God will be with them. And so they move forward and they serve God because they know God can work with them. But look at even Gideon. God's saying, and you will strike them down. But look at what happens here. Judges chapter 6, verse 27. So Gideon took 10 men of his servants and did as the Lord had told him. But because he was too afraid of his family and the men in the town to do it by day, he did it by night. Here is this man that we kind of hold up as a hero. And he's saying, God, I'm going to be with you, Gideon, and you're going to strike them down by yourself. And then later on in the story, and he got 10 of his servants and went by night because he was a little too scared to go by day. Sometimes that's us. That's us serving God. It's not for the bold, the superheroes, the only gifted, the super talented. For you and me, simple, average people who just really want to try to do something good for God. And this man, with all of his doubt and fear, still accomplished the goal for God. I love this quote because we need more stories of this. Be the hero of your children's story. Never let them believe for a minute that honor, courage, and doing what is right is only reserved for other fathers and mothers. Just rise up one more time. Take that step forward. Be that person of valor. And give your kids, your friends, your church members some optimism, some hope that average people can serve God too. Because that's who God calls. If God is calling you, if you are willing to respond to His gospel, if you will believe, confess, repent, be baptized through remission of your sins, rise up out of that water as a Christian, and you do amazing things because God will be with you. Why don't you do so as we stand and sing the invitation song?